don't care if you're black or white, tall or short, skinny or fat, or whatever religion that you have, you're all the same. And every one of us shouldn't be bringing knives to the gym. Coach Greg, in today's video, bro gets kicked out of the gym for bringing a knife into GoodLife, and he thinks it's racial profiling. That somehow GoodLife is bad people. That employee, well, they should be reprimanded. I made a video defending that employee and saying, brah, Turking Vo. This is exactly what we need. People standing on 10 toes. And so I got a lot of haters in the DMs. Oh, you're prejudiced. You're racist, you hate people. No matter what video I do, people are going to say, I hate someone. If I make a video about a man, you talk about other men. If I make a video about a woman, you're a misogynist. It always goes like that. Well, we're not racist. This is not racial profiling. This is watching bro bring a knife. That's right, a knife into the gym. He tries to hide behind his religious rights, saying this is a kirpan. It can't injure anyone. I would never use this ever. No one of my culture would ever do anything with that religious symbol. Only thing is, we know that somebody's life was ended recently from using said device. And so he fills it all. I want you to feel bad for me. They're kicking me out for my religious rights, my freedom in the good old country of Canada, where we pretty much allow you to do whatever you want. I mean, they've even changed the rules to allow people to bring kirpans onto airplanes. And so I can't go in and bring a freaking glass of water onto a plane, but you can go and bring in a knife.
You're scared that I'm going to take this religious symbol and kill somebody.
What I'm saying is you have a weapon on your person. A member has brought it to my attention, and for the safety of me and everybody else in the gym, I'm asking you to leave.
It's not that she's scared. There are other members that reported this. Did you not notice this person with a knife? Clearly exposed, easily accessible, and last I checked, aren't kirpans supposed to be within a specific limitation? As in, it can't be all that long.
We're a private gym. We're allowed to deny access, and you're not allowed to.
But you allowed me in the you allowed me in the gym with the sun. Oh, you didn't see it.
And so you give bro his money back and you say, there's the door. I'm sorry, you're not allowed in. I mean, if it's a women's washroom and I walk in, can't they kick me out? Hey, sir, this is for females. What if my religious right is that in my brand new religion, I'm allowed recording equipment, cameras, phones, and everything. And I enter a bodybuilding competition and I say, hey, I just want to go sit down. They see the recording device. You can't come in. We don't allow it. Can I just break the rules? No, it's my religious right. There are hundreds of religions in Canada. You really think that we have to understand every single one? To know all the ins and outs, there is human decency. If you're a Sikh, you understand this, except for him, who he's trying to go viral over his human rights. It is not the right to bear arms. This is a knife in public space.
So what do you do? What do they pay you for?
I'm not responding.
They don't pay you. They don't pay you to look around. They don't pay you to be aware.
He then insults her, puts her down.
You just let any random person in the gym then? You didn't see me walking with this?
Harassing me right now.
I'm not harassing you.
He doesn't think it's harassing. This is harassment.
Getting kicked out of the gym because these guys are apparently saying that this kirpan is dangerous. GoodLife in Windsor.
And so since this time, GoodLife, who has no balls whatsoever, they issue him an apology. We're so sorry. She doesn't represent what GoodLife thinks. And so the people are up in arms, gonna cancel their GoodLife memberships. I mean, this is wild because 95% of the world knows that that employee was right. And so rather than giving her a raise, which is what they should be doing, they're issuing this man an apology. But they probably didn't know the actual knife or weapon, as I like to call it, into the gym. And so he has now been exposed.
Thank you so much, GoodLife Canada, for making a formal apology that this employee does not speak on behalf of GoodLife. We are not rule breakers.
And so he's not a rule breaker. He follows the rules. Or so he claims. Perhaps he didn't read the fine print.
So like I said, guys, in Canada, it is legally allowed for Amritari Singh to be carrying our kirpan under the Charter of Rights, guys.
Legally allowed to carry a kirpan, but what you have on your side and your holster there it isn't a kirpan. You're wearing it in plain sight. And FYI, it's not supposed to be easily accessible to be able to pull it out and to use it.
What is that knife? We talk about a kirpan. I've spoken to over 150 Sikhs. This is your knife. We had hunters identify your knife model, and this is the knife model.
9 1/8 inches long. That is a big dagger. Trust me, 9 inches is more than he needs.
This is not a kirpan. Like all of the Sikhs I've spoken to, this is not a kirpan. Dude, this is a buck knife.
Now that we know it's a buck knife and not a kirpan, does the story turn a little bit? Does GoodLife now retract their apology?
This is a true knife. Okay, people use it for hunting, and you exposed it purposefully, like the way you did, and you got a bunch of people nervous.
And so you can't just buy a freaking weapon, aka let's call it a knife off Amazon or whatever, and just claim it's a kirpan, you know, my religion.
But you should have the common sense to know that if you holster this weapon, that it's going to cause people undue hardship, which is what you're not allowed to do while you're still protected in your Charter of Rights to hold your kirpan.
Why are you thrusting your religious views into my face? The kirpan is not meant to be held in this way, easily accessible. The kirpan is not to be greater than 7 inches. But smaller kirpans are preferred. When it's supposed to be under 7 and yours is over 9, how does that make you in the right? That GoodLife employee, they deserve an apology. To them, not to you. To them, you need to apologize. The kirpan is not to be worn visibly, but under the wearer's clothing. Seems it was quite visible, because had it not been visible, you wouldn't have been reported. The GoodLife employee would have had to say nothing. But no, you needed to post this on social media, as Joey Swole would say, for likes and attention. You need to do better.
You need to do better.
The kirpan must be sufficiently secured to render removal difficult, but not impossible. And so when you present yourself in the gym with a 9-inch blade, pretending it's some religious freedom that you just needed to do, because if you didn't do it, well, you're going to hell, heaven, wherever you believe in, then this is a lie. You are doing this for likes and attention to go viral, but you are now infamous. And in case you don't know what that means, it's famous for doing something wrong. Too many people are scared to say what they actually think. Oh, you say this person's innocent. You say you're a bad person. People virtue signal all the time. They don't have the balls to say what they think. GoodLife, they didn't dare. They thought, oh, what is going to happen? They're going to sue us. We are going to lose. Now that you have the evidence, GoodLife, do what you have to do. And so am I a bad person for defending the rights of the people going to GoodLife that don't want to train with people who can very easily access a blade? Would you want that next to you? In case you're thinking, no, but it's his religious freedom, it's his religious right. What if it was your son or daughter working out next to him? Would you think that that's okay? You don't think there's any possibility that something could happen and that you wish that people would ensure that right? What's next? Is bro going to go into a bar? They're going to pat him down. They're going to feel a 9-inch blade. Oh, it's my religious right. Don't worry about it. I would never harm anyone with this. Next thing you know, somebody grabs the blade from him and he's no longer with us. Would anyone want that? And so be careful what you wish for. These things are dangerous, and we're looking after the safety of everyone. We can all live in Canada together. We can respect our religious freedoms while understanding that there are certain things that you should not do. Your religion does not say that you have to go to GoodLife in order to work out. And so if you want to use that blade and carry it with you, by all means, but work out at home.
There are companies that will not allow you to bring in your Second Amendment right into those buildings, whether it is open carry or concealed carry. You can't bring it in.
And so think of it. Even with our rights in Canada as well as the US, the right to bear arms, there are certain places that you cannot bring those arms. You really think that we're going to start allowing people to bring on these pointer things and sharp things onto planes, bars where people are drinking alcohol?
One of his first videos when you scroll down is him shitting on
interracial couples. He made an entire video championing this guy for leaving a comment saying that being gay is a disability.
Does that sound like a guy who's really all about, allowing everyone to be equal? He would never profile everyone. He would never put somebody down, for being gay, bisexual. No, he would never say anything like that.
Legally allowed to carry this. She refused. She went on to say, why can't I carry a gun? I said, guns are illegal. I am legal to wear this. Then she said, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police.
Anyone that has a knife is going to be complained about. I don't care if you're black or white, tall or short, skinny or fat, or whatever religion that you have, you're all the same. And every one of us shouldn't be bringing knives to the gym. And so why didn't he just cover himself up? Put a t-shirt over it, and no one would have said anything. He could have had his weapon, kirpan, not whatever, and no one would have said diddly. Those of you who unfollowed me, Greg is a bad person, what do you think now? And so I don't want you to follow me. Why would I want you as a follower? Oh my goodness, Coach Greg said that they shouldn't be allowed to bring a knife to the gym. I am right. You are wrong. And so one thing I'm sure of is that if he had had Turk Builder Max instead of a kirpan, none of this would have happened. And so if you're interested in a Juga turkistanica, remember it's authentic from Uzbekistan. It's not the copycat plant cyanosis that people are getting from China. This is the real deal. Interested in this, or of course the GO2 Max, or of course you can go to Algorex, get various peptides and clomiphene, Cialis, the list goes on. Use code Greg for your discount. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo, for Algo RX that is. Don't forget to watch one of the two bloops. And of course, if you would like to be sponsored or become an ambassador, be coached by me or my team, or in fact sell all these supplements in your store or gym, you got to click for the link as well. And until next time, I am out.